Hey guys, I'm back from vacation. I got 3 things in the mail. I tell you something, I don't even know what's in any of these. I completely forgot what I ordered. I've been gone for a while. But anyway, hope everyone's having a good day. We're going to dive in here and see what came in the mail, because I don't know. I've got some shit out today. Got this Pablo Picasso ice cream sign, Baskin Robbins 1977. I have a good many of these. They're really cool. I don't know if you went to Baskin Robbins back in the day when we were children, I don't know how old you are, but they would have all these signs, and they would go in like these little sleeves. But anyway, some people kept those, and they're very collectible. I think they're very collectible. The graphics are outstanding. The print on some of these are really beautiful. I'm not sure exactly the process, but anyway, they're really nice. That just happens to be the art theme one. And other than that, just a few things. Picked up this Avatar Lego set for $9 on discount. I mean clearance, rather. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what came in the mail. I did pick up a few things in Mexico. I'll show you that. Nothing crazy, but... all right. I heard good things come in small packages, but I'm going to open this one first. Sort of interesting color mailer here. Yeah, I don't remember what I even ordered. I haven't been buying that much lately. Oh, okay. All right, so this is, I'll take it out of here. This is a 1995 I thought it was Pokemon when I saw it. I've been really paying more attention to Pokemon novelty candies recently, and apparently a lot of other people are. They're going up in value pretty substantially. This is actually a pretty damn rare piece. Now, being that this is from Japan, mid-90s, I really don't know how many's out there, just because of, the presence of Japanese candy from this era. It's hard to really gauge from my perspective being here in America. But anyway, that's really cool. This could actually be more special than even I realized. But there were some other people bidding on it for sure. So anyway, the first thing out of the bag is a 1995. I think this is proto Pokemon. I don't know the history on Pokemon, but most of the stuff I have that's Pokemon is from 1999 and the early 2000s. But this is clearly dated. Let me get you in there. This is clearly dated 1995. Now, it does say Nintendo on there. I don't know, man. I thought it was Charizard, but I don't know. All right. Could be maybe Dragon Quest. I actually played, I think, the first Dragon Quest. I loved this game back in the day on NES that I believe was Dragon Quest. This might be something from that. Maybe that's not Charizard. I'm not really sure. Let's see. I want to open this one next. Came in this mysterious poly bag. Don't know what the hell it is. Well, we're going to find out. Yeah, I've stopped using these poly bags. I was for a long time using them, but I don't know. They're good for if you have like an ugly, mailer or something that's beat up. It's good to kind of, cover them with one of these, but I've stopped doing that kind of stuff. They're just kind of a waste of money, honestly, to buy these mailers. I mean, these poly bag shippers or whatever. And plus, they're just kind of cheap. They just make your item, your collectible that you're shipping in them, just feels kind of cheap like this. It just felt kind of weird. opening a collectible out of something like that. All right, this is quite protected here. Let's look at this together. They made what looks to be a sofa to protect whatever this is. I don't know what I bought here. I was not able to go on a candy excursion in Mexico. I've been on vacation for a while, like I normally do, because I got sick. But I was able to pick up a few things at the airport that I'll show you here in just a minute. Okay, the next thing out of the bag is a super, super cool Now and Later from 2005. Wow. That's pretty amazing, actually. I know that probably doesn't sound amazing, but there's a good many candies from this early 2000s that are just hard to find for some reason. You know, you can find the old stuff and you can find the new stuff, but sometimes these middle years, you know, between the 80s, 90s, and today, like the early 2000s, for some reason, some of these are kind of obscure. Now, this is obviously something that was mass-produced. It's Now and Later. But you can't just find these like you would think. Yeah, that's really, really cool. And then there's one more. Have no idea what's in here. I'm noticing some staining on the package. It's on the outside, but okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is kind of a weird one, but this is a historical... Sorry, it's hard to get a good shot on this. It's see-through. Here we go. This is a historical... How about that? Chocolate bar wrapper. By historical, I mean early 20th century. You know, maybe 30s or 40s. But the 5 cents is making me think it might be towards even the 40s or 50s. But anyway, you probably can tell why I bought this. It has basically a pin-up. Yeah, it has a lady in lingerie laying across it. The maker is calling your attention to her by calling this a beauty bar. So the novelty factor on this is out of the world. It's just top level novelty factor. Sex theme. I'm always looking for things that have a sex vibe to them, because to me that's pretty taboo. You got to understand, this candy bar was available to children. Okay, so imagine being back in the 40s or whenever this was. I don't know what this is from. I haven't had time to research it. I even forgot I bought it. But anyway, you got to imagine children, you know, walking up to the, you know, you hear your grandparents, great-grandparents talk about it. They have memories of going to the soda fountain shop and getting a fucking root beer float and all that shit. But imagine this sitting out. Some lady promoting her legs, right? And being told that this is what beauty is. And another thing about this is, you got to imagine. I got to put this on a background. Let's try this. The glare is just unfortunate today. Hold on. Let me get a white background. Here we go. So you got to imagine. My lighting sucks. You know, this child is eating this candy bar, right? They paid a nickel for it. They have a woman who's half nude on it. They're starting to learn what beauty is. Probably you're having mixed feelings on it, being an elementary school child. But here's the thing. When they're eating this beauty bar, they're associating something sweet, a treat, right? You think about candy, and especially back when we were kids, even to get like a noun later was like a treat. It was like a reward. It's like, I've been a good boy, right? And so I get to buy a piece of candy, right? And so we associate good things and rewards with candy and sweets and, special events. Well, whatever kid bought this back in the day is now going to associate sweetness and positivity and all this other shit with sex, right? Okay, enough about that. It's just something to think about. So I'm going to review what came in today. Oh yeah, and I did pick up a few things in Mexico, so I'll show you that as well. But let's look at that next. Okay, so in the airport, I was able to pick up this theater box. These are called theater boxes, if you didn't know. It's the large size. Theater boxes, they do tend to follow a certain size. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I guess I could measure it real quick. But, this is like a whole genre of candy. They're called theater boxes, 6 by, 3.5 or so. But anyway, this is a Mexican Nerds. Now, I have not opened this. I thought I could maybe try right now to open this. But if you ever get a Mexican Nerds theater box, they come with a sleeve. And so I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to put the phone down. See how this is puckered up here? Well, that's because inside of this, there's another box. You might see it sticking out. I was trying to do this last night, but I didn't get very far. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, so let's look at this. Right now, I'm opening a Mexican Nerds box. I've just cracked the sleeve here. Let's pull it out. We're going to compare what's probably the U.S. with the Mexican. And here we go. I'll back it up so you can see it. Okay, so up here you can clearly see there's some translation there. It also, all this is printed on. This is not a sticker. Sometimes these are stickers, because I've been to Mexico before and picked up nerd items, but the grams is different. The color is different, by the way. This is much more red. We can check the back real quick. Checking out this Mexican Nerds theater box. All right. As far as this here, I do love that it's dated 2023. I'm not sure they've been doing this very long. I know most of my nerd stuff are not dated. But other than, this is just a regular theater Nerds box you can get in Walmart right now. But it just had this Mexican translated sleeve on it. So very cool. Also picked up a single, which is way more cool than that. I want to show you something about this. I was looking at it last night. I have to put you down for this. This is a sticker. On the bottom, this is another sticker. On the back, this is another sticker. On the side is another separate sticker. And on this side, guys, I don't know if you can see in this. These are all separate stickers. To make this Mexican Nerds box, I picked this up at the airport. They took a U.S. Nerds box. They printed out new decals and completely masked it with that. Isn't that cool? And the precision of those decals, like, honestly, I didn't even recognize it when I picked it up. It wasn't until I was looking at it last night and went, oh my God, it was so well done. But that is crazy, just the labor that went into that. I'm not sure, maybe they have a machine that can do that. But this is a U.S. Nerds box that has been completely re-stickered over with Mexican translation. So pretty cool, and different graphics. A little bit different graphics. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to go back through what came in today. First thing was this 1995 Nintendo Pocket Monster, maybe video game. I thought it was Pokemon, but some sort of candy item from that release. A 2005 Now and Later. Notice they were still using wax wrappers back in the day, so that's pretty cool. I picked up a 1930s, maybe 1940s beauty bar wrapper for a candy bar with a pinup on it. 5 cents. Jesus. And I was showing you a couple scores I got in Mexico last week. They're just some nerd items. So guys, hope you enjoyed at least some of that. Should be back with some more goodies. I know I do have a very special item coming in, but it actually is a soccer collectible, so that'll be different. All right, see you guys in the next one. Wrist Fan out.